I think the president has to make a major correction in the way he's dealing with terrorism. I think he has mishandled this situation. First of all, it was 10 days too late. I mean, this is something you react to immediately, not 10 days later after your vacation. President of the United States, when there is a potential massive attack on this country, which is what this guy was going to do, should have been on top of this immediately, not 10 days later, 11 days later, 12 days later. We should have had our response ready. After all, this is not an unexpected act. We're in the age of terrorism. We don't need 10 days to respond or figure out our response. All that does, I believe, is convince our enemies that we're not ready, that we're pondering too much and thinking too much. So, you know, you want to take some time, but this has been an extraordinarily long time given the magnitude of this kind of attack.
President Bush, though, took 6 days once.
Well, first of all,
similar incident.
Well, you know, 6 days is less than 10, and the reality is that President Bush was criticized for taking, what was it, like 20 or 30 minutes in delaying his response to September 11. Yeah. And I believe that 6 days was before the September 11 attack. I think one of the things that I note about the administration, that I believe there's time for them to change this. I mean, you know, President Kennedy famously, by his own admission, mishandled the Bay of Pigs early on in his presidency and learned from it. I hope the president has the whatever leadership qualities or whatever to learn from the mistakes that he's made in the way that he's handled this. He delayed too long in responding to it. His response has been too tentative. The reality is the very first descriptions by the administration were entirely inaccurate, including the suggestion that everything worked, which doesn't give people a lot of confidence. So maybe from now on there'll be a quicker response and a more accurate one.
Bush waited 6 days on the shoe bomber.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.